Hey guys, welcome to Petrol 360. Today we find out the fate of that motor. So, I am wearing the same shirt as last time, but it's been about 2 weeks later. Something I didn't show in the last video was some pieces of metal. I got pictures here. I found these in the oil pan, way deep down at the bottom of all the sludge, and they honestly just didn't even look like they belonged inside of a motor at all. At first I thought, some junk fell down in the motor at some point in time and just landed there, but I went back and did some research, and it turns out they're cam bearings. So this motor has puked at least one cam bearing and spit it out of the bottom of the pan. I looked at the camshaft itself and turned it around a few times and found out that one of the lobes had rust on one half of it. So that means we either have a bent camshaft or broken camshaft, either way. So I could rebuild this motor, but it's junk. Not going to let that slow us down too much, but what I'm going to do is pull off all of the good parts in this motor. This motor still has good parts on it. So what we have are the timing cover, distributor I might as well keep, but things like the distributor clamp, as well as all the valve covers, the oil pan, just because I really like the way this looks, honestly. I put some paint on this, some clear coat, and I think it'll look really cool. And things like the fuel pump, and past that we're just going to junk this whole motor. I could definitely rebuild the motor, but I think time and money and worthiness of the actual block itself, I think it's just going to be worth it to find something else and start over again. So we're going to start unbolting all these parts and see what parts are good and go from there. Yeah, that intake took a lot more than I was expecting to. Obviously I haven't been off in a long time, but pretty much pulling it off just in case I need it, more or less. That's it, because parts like that get very expensive if I have to buy them individually. So I'm just going to hold on to these parts until I get my next motor. But here's a look inside the actual motor itself. So yeah, here's a look at all the crud. You can see all the crusty stuff. That's what the intake manifold had on there. I mean, you can see it all sitting there on the block. So yeah, that's what happened to this motor. Obviously, probably lost oil pressure when it lost the camshaft bearing and just burnt everything up here. You know what? I actually might pull the push rods and pull some of the lifters out, and just to see. I think this cam lobe, or one of these, is the one that's actually skipping over what's bent part of the camshaft. So we'll take a look at that. So I figured if we're going this deep into the motor, might as well pull lifters out and see what they look like. So this is what we got. So it's going to be really hard to see. In fact, you won't even see it. But I think this lobe, and this lobe all are half rounded. So they have rust on part of the lobe. And then, I don't know if you were to see it in this one or not. Probably not. But the inside of the actual lifter is scored, so block trashed. And then here the lifters themselves, they actually look really good, surprisingly. So they have wear on them. Some of them have some pitting. Kind of see on those, like this one has quite a bit of pitting in it, but I mean just signs of old age. So all in all, not too terribly bad, surprisingly, but junk otherwise. Alright guys, so there you go. There's a good look at why I'm not using this motor. So I'm going to take the parts that I can get off of it. I don't have a puller for the balancer, so I can't get the timing cover off. Do that later, but I've got the fuel pump and all that other stuff. But yeah, I'm going to trash this block and start over again. So thanks for watching. Find me on Instagram and Facebook at Petro360, and make sure to like the video if you like what's going on, and follow the truck build. Thanks, guys.